A very good time to all of you. This is self-appreciation time. We have just completed one important task. We completed our first terminal examinations and we brought the answer papers to the school office and we teachers are ready to evaluate it. This is how we fought Corona. This is how we fought the tough time. Thank you very much for the cooperation that you people extended, because without that everything would have been water lines. What in return? Yes, listen to what I am going to say as a gift. Years back, might be centuries back, there was a very influential painter in China. This painter was a master painter because his paintings were world famous. Once this painter was commissioned to prepare a painting by an emperor. A Chinese emperor commissioned this painter to paint a landscape. And he took his own time, he painted it, and now this is time to disclose the painting for the emperor. And this painter was very particular that emperor should see it in such a formal way. So what he did is he just covered his painting with a screen. Finally, the emperor approached and he removed the curtain, and it was such a marvelous, beautiful piece of landscape with all the beautiful things, mountains, valleys, birds in flight, many beautiful things, flowers, everything. And the emperor was about to enjoy each and every bit of it, and the painter said, "Your Majesty, at the foot of this mountain, can't you see a cave? Inside the cave there lives a spirit. Please get in, I'll show you. The interior of this cave is splendid." With that, this painter just entered to the cave, and for entering he just clapped his hands, and the entrance of the cave was opened, and this painter just got into, and he told the emperor also to follow him. But before the emperor could take a step, the cave was locked with painter inside, and along with the painter, that painting got vanished from the wall. Another painter, he drew a dragon on the wall, but he purposefully did not draw the eye portions of the dragon. People asked, "Why don't you draw the eye portion of the dragon?" And the painter said, "If this dragon ever comes to know the sight, if the dragon ever comes to have the sight, the power of eyes, it will fly away from the panel, I am afraid." 3. This story is not from China, it's not from Asia, this is from Europe. One blacksmith, by profession he was a blacksmith, he fell in love with the daughter of a painter. Anyway, that master painter will not allow this blacksmith, such a professional, to be his son-in-law. He would not allow this marriage. So what this blacksmith did one day is, he sneaked into the private room of this master painter, the painting room. He sneaked into that. Without anyone noticing, he just drew a small fly on one of the panels that was prepared by this master painter. Master painter had already prepared one panel, one picture, on which he drew a small fly, a house fly, and he just left. The master painter happened to be in the room, and he happened to see one fly was sitting on his picture. He just tried to swat it away, but the fly was not moving, and the master painter came and had a touch on it. Then only he understood that that was only a painted fly, the painted fly. Now you might be wondering why this guy says all these baseless things. No, catch those 3 references back. 2 stories were from China, that's Asia, and the final 3rd story was from France, Europe. From these 3 references, we are going to draw the basic difference in the concept of art in Europe and Asia. First 2 stories from China, those painters were finding some extra conceptual, spiritual, inner meaning for the picture. First painter, he was finding one cave in its depth, and he also believed in that painting. Inside the cave there was a spirit which he only could see. We outsiders or the emperor, he was not able to see anything. We people were able to see only what was painted. But the painter finds some extra inner spiritual meaning inside. That's why he was able to be inside, and the painter along with his painting just got vanished. What ultimate blessing a painter, an artist should have, that he was able to be vanished away with his creation. The ultimate aim of every true artist. And the other painter, he was not drawing the eye portion. Yes, it may fly from this. So that person was also finding some extra meaning rather what we were able to see on the picture. Whereas this French painter, when he saw that painted fly on the panel, he just felt that that was a real fly, which means exactness. He was appreciating exactness, how exact it was. It was lifelike, it was real. So the European painter, he was giving importance for the illusionistic likeness, exactness, whereas the Asian painters were trying to produce some inner meaning from that. So we can coin the difference between this Asian way of art and European way of art. Asian painters, Asian artists were trying to have a conceptual meaning in it, an unseen meaning in it, which only the eye of the mind can see. A third eye, a third perception that is needed to understand it fully. A time traveling is possible from past to future, future to present. Such an up and down, left, right traveling is also possible when we enjoy a painting. Whereas European painters, they are trying their level best to show the exactness, like a photograph. They are giving importance for that. Let me also introduce you another Chinese concept, Shan Shui concept. Shan Shui. Literally it would mean mountain water. Just imagine a mountain which is standing vertically strong, not so accommodative, and river which is flowing horizontally, which is accommodative, fluid and moist. So these two complementary poles are the reasons for the existence of this universe. Man, the mountain, which is masculine, standing strong, which is always hard, it never bends its head. And this feminine part, river, which is accommodative, so good, and it is soft. These two complementary parts are essential for the existence of the universe. It's so. It can be in other terms, in Indian concepts and all, we may call it Ardhanarishwari concept. Man and woman, equal complementary part. Without this, the other one will not. Without that, this one will not. So in China, the concept is termed as Shan Shui, mountain and river. That concept is there. And what is always overlooked is the middle area where this mountain and river come and join. How they interact, that is actually more important. Very often we overlook that. Mountain, river concepts are there, and how they combine, how they work in a combined way. That is to be taken very importantly. This concept says. Very often that middle space, that is always underestimated or always overlooked. And this point can be made clear from an example. Pranayama, breathing in, breathing out, like yoga doing. Actually, we people are giving importance for breathing in and giving importance for breathing out. Actually, this is not where we have to give importance. In between this breathing in and breathing out, there comes suspension of air time. Suspension of air. Between this breathing in and out, air suspension time is there. This is where the actual meditation takes place. So we need to concentrate more on how to lengthen that mid void. We have to give more importance or care for how to lengthen this air suspension time. Void time, empty time, that is to be given more importance. What we people, without knowing the actual science of yoga, giving more importance for breathing in and breathing out. What is overlooked over there is this more important mid void middle portion. That area is more important. So in Shang Shui concept also this importance is being explained, that vertical and horizontal and how they join, that part is to be taken care more. Yes. What I now just said are some references from the first half of our new chapter, Landscape of the Soul. So all what the chapter is trying to convey in the first half has been conveyed to you, but that is not sufficient. You'll have to go to the text, find the text, go through this, and you will be understanding everything in the fullest way. Alright, Landscape of the Soul.